Hello, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you guys what I used to study for my NCLEX, um, and how many days I studied for, and what I mostly pay attention to before I took my NCLEX. Well, first off, I graduated January 13th. A day before my graduation, which was Thursday, January 12th, I received my ATT pen. Hey. So I received my ATT pen on the 12th, and my graduation was the next day. So after my graduation, I scheduled my NCLEX RN. And I studied for 2 weeks. So I took my exam the 28th, which was a Saturday, I believe. So 2 weeks after I graduated, I took my NCLEX RN. So I got books. I did lots of questions, lots and lots and lots of questions. So I did McClimick. So McClimick was very helpful, very helpful. So I used him. I used Archer. Was Archer helpful? Yes, yes it was. So I did the combo package where you have I believe 2800 questions, and you have all the PowerPoint presentations and stuff like that, which you can use to study from. So for my clinic, I had the blue book. Let me tell you, I read the book, but I didn't have time to go through every single pages in the book. So it got like tons of information. Okay, so I did with the blue book. I read some of it, which is very helpful too. And I had a quick fact. I have quick fact by Regina Remarners. So this is a very good and helpful book that you can use to study for NCLEX. It's like straight to the point. They're like asking you questions and then you just answer. So it's pretty helpful. So I've had it since LPN school. So let me tell you, let me be honest with you. I never had time to read that book, but it's very helpful. And the third book I had, which I used, was the yellow book, Mark Lemick. So if you listen to his audios, basically everything he said in his audios are here in the yellow book. So everything is here in the yellow book. So like if you're studying about the acid base gases, they're all in here, like all the trick to remember acid base gases, or trick to remember like signs symptoms of some medications, overdose and stuff like that. They're all in here. This is very, very helpful. And last but not least, let me tell you guys, you see this book, this was provided by my school, but I started reading it. You see that piece of paper, that where I stopped. So I only read this. I only read this much of the book, and then I had this much left. Okay, but and the reason why is because I do not like to read. Yes, yes, you heard that. I do not like to read, so each night I will read at least a page or two, because I don't like to read. I don't like to read. Um, and also, I had the McClimick books, the yellow one, and I had the blue book in my bag, in my work bag. Like I'm always looking at something if I'm not listening to the audios. And also, you guys, the the NCLEX review book by ATI, it was provided by my school, so I didn't have to buy it. But if you unlike myself like to read, please go ahead and buy this book. If you didn't get it from your school, it's a great tool to use for NCLEX. And also I used Archer. So Archer had like 2,800 plus questions on Archer. The thing is, I paid that before I started on my last semester in school, so I had plenty of times to um, to um, to practice the questions. Okay, so I before my exams, I thought before my exam, so I had like 300 questions. I think it was like 295 questions left that I didn't practice, and I wasn't gonna be bothered. I'm like, you know what? I practice all these questions plus ATI, guys. If your school does provide ATI, let me tell you, ATI gave board vitals where you have more than 3,000 questions also to practice. Okay, so use it, study, practice. So when I got Archer, um I didn't start school yet, so I didn't know what the school was gonna provide. So that's why I did get Archer. But the school provided ATI board vitals, so which is basically the same as Archer, except that ATI is more it's harder than the NCLEX, of course. And Archer is like, let me tell you, when I get to my exam, to my NCLEX, like every question I was answering, I feel like I was doing Archer, because the questions were very similar, and with the NCLEX. And so I studied, using these books, and I did my Archer. And ATI, I did some out of the 3,000 questions we had. I think I did 1,000. Not in the not in the 2 weeks window though. Not in the 2 weeks window I had. I did 1,000 questions, and I did Archer's questions also. So, and like I said, I was practicing questions throughout my last semester in college. So that's why after my when I took my exit, so my school for my exit, they call it Predictor. So it's like a predictor to see, your probability of passing NCLEX. So when I took it, so I had a 95% probability of passing NCLEX when I took that exit exam. So I was so happy because I had like 180 questions, and giving me a probability of 95% of passing the NCLEX was like, oh my God, yes, I'm a good student. Oh, yes. And let me tell you, I studied hard. I studied hard throughout nursing school. So when I went there to take my NCLEX, I only had 75 questions. Okay, and when I walked through that door, I'm like, you know what? I came here to do 75 questions, and I prayed before I started. I said, Lord, um, I did my part, and now it's your turn to do your part. I'm gonna hold that mouse, I'm gonna sign in that computer, but it's you that's gonna answer the questions. And I'm only here for 75 questions, and yes, God did it. God did it. I had like out of the 75 questions, I had 20 plus SATA. I had 20 plus SATA questions, and so all these select all other apply questions, they were like straight to the point. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna miss those questions. They were like straight to the point, like prioritization, delegation and stuff like that. You know what you should not be delegating to the aide, to the LPN as an RN. You know what I mean? So I Prioritization delegation was a big part of my NCLEX. Was like I had a big portion for prioritization, and so I did what I came, what I went there to do. I did exactly that. I did my 75 questions, and I take my time. Let me tell you, I do not rush through questions. Like if I'm writing a question, I do not know the answer. Like I did what Mark Klimek said, like use your common sense. There was a question on the NCLEX I had. I didn't know the answer. I didn't know what the disease was about. Like I remember I read it somewhere on Archer, but I'm like I don't remember that disease. Like what the heck was that? And then I used my common sense and I got it right. Like some answers are just like common sense, or like just common sense. So I got the questions right. So 75 questions. I take my time. I did all my SATAs, and after 75 questions, the computer shut off, and I knew right then that I passed. I'm like, all these. And one thing, you guys, when you get to the NCLEX, when you're taking your SATA's questions, don't be like, oh my God, there cannot be one right answer. Yes. I had like two questions on the NCLEX, two SATA's questions that there was only one correct answer, and I'm sure positive of that. There was only one correct answer, and I had like three or four of the starters that was like all five questions was right, like all five answers were right. So, um, let me tell you. If you gotta pick all them, pick all them. But if you're not sure though, if there's one you're not sure of, don't take it. If there's one answer you're not sure of, just don't choose it. Leave it alone. Okay, move on to the next questions. And do not be scared if you keep getting like harder questions. When you keep getting SATA's questions or questions like you don't know the answers to, that means, girl, boys, let me tell you, you at the top. You know what I mean? Like like you at the top, like the passing line. This is the passing line. Like you're not below that, and you're not at the passing line. You are above the passing line. Okay, keep getting the hard questions. So so yeah, so that's what I did. The questions. So for the 2 weeks, I did 100 Archer questions every day and 25 ATI questions. So I did 100 Archer throughout the day. I, read the rationales, and I did 25 questions. And when I'm ready to go to bed, while I'm in my bed with my phone, instead of going, instead of Facebooking, instead of going through, social media, I use that time to do ATI questions. So I did 25 questions ATI each night before I go to bed for the 2 weeks. So Archer, ATI, Mark Klimek, I didn't use nothing else. Um, I didn't, like I said, this book is very helpful. So I didn't read it much because I'm not a reader. I don't like to read. Um, I like, I like to listen to audios. And I like to do questions. So I did lots of questions. Girl, let me tell you something. If you did nursing school for like a year or so and you studied hard, let me tell you, you can pass NCLEX. NCLEX is not that hard, yeah. NCLEX is not hard, okay? I'm telling you, it's not hard. So even if I didn't have Archer or ATI, I would have still go and take that NCLEX and still passed, okay? So let me tell you something though. With Archer have like Archer have what you call it assessment. You can do the assessment, and they have a cat like exam. That's an exam that is like the NCLEX that give you harder questions and or easier questions, just like the NCLEX. So I found it very helpful. I did it several times. Like the last three assessment I got, I was on the very high passing line, and then when I did two CAT tests. After that, it says I pass. So I'm like, you know what? I'm ready for NCLEX. So you guys go and take that NCLEX, okay? Even if you failed before, you still got a chance. If you like questions, do Archer. Archer is very good. Um, ATI also is very good. It's more challenging, more harder and stuff, but it's very good. And also, one thing, you guys, do not forget to pray, pray, pray. Okay, don't forget to pray because you got this, and God got this. And also, I got a bunch of notes from someone who actually did your world, and they I got all the notes from your world, but I didn't have time to read it. It's like, I think it was like 100 plus pages. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. I don't like to read. I would rather read the ATI book. At least it's a book. It's not a screen that would make me sleepy. So sorry, guys. So go ahead, um, use the ATI book and use the Mark Klimek book, okay? And also the Quick Fact. This is a very good book. Just that I didn't have time to read it, but it's a very good book. It's a very good book. So you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching these videos. If you do like this video, please give it a thumb up, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back soon. I will keep you guys posted with my future endeavors, and also I'm planning to apply to a hospital um, for my first job as an RN. Yes, as an RN. I was an LPN for 2.5 years. So I do want to work in the ER. I want the fast paced. I want the fast pace. I want to see it all. Yes, I want to see it all. I want to do it all. I want to watch it all. I want to, hear it all. And it's all happening. It's all happening in the ER. So I want that. I want that experience. And then a year or 2.5 later, a year or two later, so I can go back and for my master's. So I want to do family nurse practitioner. Yes, I want to be a family nurse practitioner. So, yeah, and yeah, that's what I want to do. And sooner or later, and I'm starting the BSM program next month online. So, probably gonna take me 6 months. So, all right, that's it for today's video. Please, like, give it a thumb up and subscribe to this channel. Bye.